welcome to season 3 of Blood in the Water, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, set in Tampa, Florida. My name is Bolthra. I'm a storyteller, and if this is your first time with us, welcome. Thank you for finding the channel. We hope you enjoy what you're going to watch. Give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support. This has been a long-awaited game. We've had a couple other projects happening in the meantime, but now it's time to finish off this vampire story. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce my players and let them tell us who they're playing, and we'll get started with Whispers.
Oh, did you make that joke so I can't make another joke about Big Lex?
Exactly.
I see how it is. Hi, the only time I'm first on this channel is when I disappear for 3 months. I'm Whispers, playing Dr. Shirley. You care. Your crazy vampire psychologist. Definitely not based on a DC character.
Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Layla Jensen, who used to be in a band, but that's pretty much done now.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe she has a solo career coming up.
I don't know.
We'll see. And Aloysius.
Hello, I'm Aloysius. I'm playing Silas Lambert, coterie dad, who's very disappointed in Layla's life choices right now.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she used to be such a good person, so reliable, and just, you know, who knows?
Deep down, you know, she definitely still is a relatively good person. She's just making some real stupid decisions right now.
Would Silas say he's not angry? He's just disappointed.
He would say that, yes.
Shirley would also say that.
He'd also like pop the foot out and like have the one hand on the hip while he's saying it as well.
You would just get the disappointed therapist look.
Right.
All righty. Well, we are picking up our story after the ending of season 2. It's 2 weeks later. It is June 2022. There's been a mass shooting at a parade in West Tampa that has the whole city on edge. Not just because, unfortunately, some people were killed, which was horrible. There's still several citizens unaccounted for. They have just gone missing, and the authorities and their families are still looking for them. When we turn to the darkness in the night, rumblings from West Tampa suggest that Baron Deshaun Taylor is looking to expand his territory, ready to take some from Baron Underwood. Possibly outgunned, Cassandra Underwood is never outclassed and still possesses some resources that might slow down Deshaun's advance. East Tampa has been closed outside Kindred, the Baron's forces patrolling the streets and nightclubs where their kind tend to gather. Jose Montenegro sits at the center of his web, planning his next moves carefully.
Jesus.
Outside the baronies, most kindred are keeping their heads down, preparing for the storm to come. Stan and Maya have seemingly disappeared, leaving without a word. So that just leaves us with 3 kindred, each with a story to tell. And we're going to pick up first at Dr. Shirley's house. I almost think of it as a compound now.
Basically is.
She has made a couple changes. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what Dr. Shirley's been up to?
Yeah, so originally Dr. Shirley just bought, a couple acres of land, a place where they used to keep, lions before they were murdered, in a Netflix documentary was made about it. And she bought the land after everything went through, but over this time she has bought almost this entire forest land that she is renovating with homes and places. And everyone has asked, she's just said, I'm just making a place for those of my patients who need more intern care to stay with me constantly. Pulling a Freud, without pulling a Freud. But she had a funeral for her dear pet snake, and nobody knows how she got a Wintle wolf into Florida without paperwork, documentation, or anyone finding out this, the ACP. I don't fucking know what the Animal Control Center is called.
The EIEIO. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's for farm animals exclusively, though.
Exactly.
Technically, this is a farm. They don't. But yeah, she is kind of preparing for her own self, trying to basically make a safe space for all those who are either injured, hurt in the war, any like fresh new vampires coming in who just want to kind of escape everything, but also need like help to figure out what to do now that they're undead. She's trying to turn her place into a sanctuary.
All right. Hey, Limey. One of the things that's happened on this particular evening is she's gathered some former patients together. Some of them have come willingly, while others required some encouragement. So her assistant, whose name is escaping me, actually, didn't she fire her assistant?
No, she still has her assistant. I just don't think we ever gave her a name.
I don't think we did.
I totally forgot about that.
I think the only thing we ever said about her, she's a PhD psychology student doing an internship.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was like an intern or whatever.
Yeah.
And okay, so we'll have to come up with a name for her at some
Call
point.
her Carol. I don't know.
Carol.
Carol.
Something we couldn't bother to do in like the past like 3 months or whatever.
Exactly. Is come up with a name for her.
Carol.
As Dr. Shirley's beginning her evening, she passes by Carol's little kind of desk. She's kind of cobbled together, perhaps in one of Shirley's living room. And she's Dr. Shirley. You have a missed call from, and she reads out a number to you. And you recognize it as one of the numbers that Baron Montenegro calls from.
I've been trying to ignore that phone call for 2 weeks. I should probably answer it before he bursts down my door.
It was they didn't leave a message, but they called twice. I mean, it seems like perhaps they're trying to reach you.
Yeah, and I know you need some of your own clinical hours. I currently have a kid in there dealing with some ADHD problems. If you want to do some one-on-one treatment, if you need me, I'll be down the hall.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Also, don't fuck it up, Brooks. It's coming out of your paycheck.
Okay. She goes, and she kind of grumbles. I don't know if you pay me. I think I'm an intern.
I don't, but I didn't know how to threaten you.
Literally what I was thinking.
Yeah, Shirley will go into her own private office if she doesn't, her other office, and doesn't deal with, counseling, and call back.
Okay. Answers on the second ring. Good evening, Dr. Shirley.
Good evening. Can we skip the formalities and get to what you actually wanted?
I've understood you've made some expansions to your facility.
Yes, I've bought some more land. Didn't think I needed your approval.
Oh, no approval needed. Just wanted to check in and see what your plans were.
Well, there's been an increase within activity of the Undernight, so I just want to make sure those who wish to be safe from idiots have a place to go.
The idiots seem to be outnumbering us at the moment. Very well. I won't waste your time. We'll speak again soon.
Wonderful.
I would say click, but nobody's phone clicks anymore. So
I know Dr. Shirley still has like an old ass phone that doesn't click. She's from the 1920s. Of course she doesn't know how to use a smartphone. It's canonical she doesn't know how to use a laptop. She still use paper notes.
She could have figured it out, but she's like, that's above me. She's like, that's beneath me. I can't be bothered.
No. It's honestly at this point, it's kind of like being salty. Like all other vampires, like, you know what? We learned how to use smartphones. She's like, well, I know how to do things with pen and paper. I bet you guys can't do this.
So you know what I can do? Write with my hands.
I know how to use a phone book.
I can write in cursive. Watch. And I picture her even having a pen she could dip into an inkwell. And
She only pulls that out to be a smartass. But she does have it.
Yeah, and just writes with a flourish.
Yeah.
or perhaps has a wax seal.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
all of her letters have wax. She usually writes letters or just calls people.
So
Just be the
basically,
most dramatic bitch in the Anarch.
Yeah.
she moves to her next meeting, which is in one of the bigger rooms in her house, and she has 5 former patients again that she's gathered. They sit kind of arrayed in like a half circle in front of her. The first is Vivian, who is a Hillsborough County commissioner. The second is a gun shop owner named Earl. The third is a hairstylist named Kyle. The fourth is a plumber named Sheila. And the fifth is a young woman that you remember as some kind of IT analyst by the name of Megan. I have not come up with all the details for each of their prior sessions with Dr. Shirley. I thought it might be fun to go through each one and let you use your imagination about possibly, and I'll go back over again what their specialties were.
Oh no, I wrote it down.
But there is something about each of them. Okay, no, that's great. They're each indebted to Dr. Shirley. She offered them excellent counseling, and they each offer something she can utilize in the coming nights. Well, beyond that, blimey.
Luckily, I only eat animals.
Yeah, So, I'll tell you a little bit about each of them. Vivian, the county commissioner, is a woman probably about close to 50 years old, dresses very conservatively, probably doesn't like the fact that she's at her therapist with other people. Being a public figure, she's probably not very comfortable with people knowing that she was going, there's still a stigma about seeing a therapist. So she's kind of sitting on the edge. Earl, the gun shop owner, is about 60 years old. He came to you for court-ordered anger management. He's probably not the kind of person who should be around guns, much less be selling them to anyone. But he is a kind of a well-built 60-year-old covered in tattoos, who just sits and kind of quietly grumbles to himself. Kyle, the hairstylist, I think good dresser, maybe not overly flashy, is looking at his phone, really paying no attention to anyone around him. Sheila, the plumber, she's actually about 30 years old, we'll say. Plumbers make really good money, but are often looked down upon for some reason, and is running her own success, is actually on her way to starting her own business. So she came to Dr. Shirley really kind of dealing with some stress issues. And is kind of ready to make that move to start her own business. Megan, another court-ordered person, she's incredibly brilliant when it comes to IT, but has absolutely zero people skills. and got into a shouting match at a bar and threw drinks all over someone, and someone got pushed out a window, and well, there she was with Dr. Shirley. So they each look up at you, except for Kyle, who's still looking at his phone, as you walk in.
Yeah, so of course Shirley does what she always does for Kyle, who apparently never seems to be paying attention during a session, and just snaps at his face until he starts paying attention.
And he's like, hello, Dr. Shirley.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon? He looks at me. It's like, it's 8:30 to me.
Good night. We're not going to really focus on things, okay? We all know I'm a night therapist. This is my afternoon. So, Viv, how's the job going with the city?
She's like, well, we got a lot of problems with some assholes coming into town and starting trouble at one of the parades. And she's just, you can see she's biting her nails again. There's one of the bad habits she had. She's like, I appreciate your help in the past, Dr. Shirley, and I know I said I'd always be there for you, but now it's not really a good time.
You work in government, sweetie. Is it any time a good time?
No, but, and then she kind of just bites her tongue and shuts up.
Yeah, I fully walk over to her and just hand her a jar of like lemon juice, because like in session back in the day for her overly complicated, severe anxiety issues with the idea that she could never achieve what she actually wanted in her life, and she's 50 and wasted her entire life. I did write that down as you were saying their lives. I
appreciate it. Yep.
I just handed her a jar of lemon juice because she figured out the best way is to go more like old-fashioned with it. And Viv knows that means you're dipping your hands in there, so the next time you bite your nails, you're going to get a mouthful of lemon juice. And then she's going to look at Earl, be like, so any more like bar fights, court orders? How's the garden going?
He's like, I'm trying to keep my nose clean, but those types keep coming into town, and and with their fancy parades and all that, and and I don't know. I just I'm trying to be a good American and do the best I can.
Earl, we've talked about this. Just, you can still be patriotic without being a toxic man who thinks that everything has to be done the old American way for multiple generations of issues. Now, we can stop focusing on your daddy issues, because that's not why you're here right now. Kyle, how's the hair thing going?
It's very good. I have a lot of new clients. I've been working with an up-and-coming boy band, and a great contract with them, and I'm really feeling much better, Dr. Shirley. I really don't think I need to. I'm not trying to be melodramatic. I just don't think I need you anymore at the moment. So.
Yeah, this is more of a I need something, because I think we've already helped with your internalized homophobia, and we made you realize you're actually in love with your best friend.
But I keep saying Jason and I are just good bros. I mean, we wrestle a little bit here and there, but I mean, and just because I'm a hairstylist, everyone assumes I'm gay? I mean, come on.
I have met people that have straighter wrists than yours, and I'm pretty sure a wet noodle is straighter than you are, Kyle. You just wrestle? You know what? This is a social call. I'm not going to pull out your file today. Sheila, how's the business going?
She's very good, Dr. Shirley. I think I've almost kind of got enough squirreled away to get ready to start things. I'm a little nervous about telling my boss that I want to leave. I mean, he's been like a father to me. He just took me in right after I came out of school, and I kind of worry that I'm like betraying him by wanting to go off on my own. That I, but I'm trying to get my courage up, I guess, to go take that next step.
Remember what I told you anytime your inferiority complex comes up. And yes, I did write that down as her notes, and she has issues believing that she's worth less than other people. Sometimes when the little lion cub wants to leave, they have to be able to look at their parent and say that it is time for them to grow individually. And sometimes that doesn't work, and they end up fighting, but everything works out in the end. Focus on the positives. Megan, how's
She's
your
like,
court going?
And she kind of looks around at everybody else. She's like, that's one reason I went into ITs, because I didn't think I was going to have to deal with people. It's all right, I guess. The court is really inconvenient, and this whole I can't, I got to take drug tests, and don't they know I'm a young person? I want to live. I mean, this is bullshit,
Do I need to send you to rehab again?
She's like, no, I'll be. And then she kind of turns on this voice of almost like a little girl, because you've known how to. She's like, I'll be good. I'll do what I have to do.
Oh, good girl. And I'll pat her on the head.
Pulls her head away from you, but yeah. Okay, so now they are. You've thoroughly talked to them.
Yeah, and Shirley's just gonna go, this is more of a social call rather than therapy, because I don't get paid enough to do group therapy sessions. I need each one of your expertise to help me with something. I am trying to make sure that I own my land and that it is safe in the eyes of the legal system, that nobody could take it underneath me. I need to make sure that I have proper weaponry to protect my land and everything that it stands for. I need someone who's really good at personal appearances and interior design.
And Kyle goes, why is everyone looking at me? So
I need finding a decent plumber around here is really hard. Sadly, I'm trying to find someone who would want a personal contract to upstart their entire business and do about 30 homes for me on an entirety land.
Sheila just sits up.
And then, of course, I'm not the best with math and numbers and technology, so I need someone who's a really good technological analysis of numbers.
Megan goes, well, what are you paying?
Let's just say this. How much is your... See, what about if I give you a salary of 30,000 to live here, and I'll make sure that you don't have to worry about room and board as you're under my care.
She's like, 30,000? Could you make it 50? I have student loans.
You're telling me you're an IT analysis and you can't hack into a database to remove your student loan balance?
And she just kind of smiles and she's like, nah, I'd never think about something like that.
Listen, I've had enough therapy with you. I know what goes on within that head, you gold mind bitch. I feel like they really question the difference between Shirley as a person and Shirley while being a doctor. Two different people. Now listen, I am offering you all work, employment, and just to help me make a little place for the lost and the forgotten.
And Sheila is definitely on board. She's like, I just have to just kind of have to work, maybe work nights for you or whatever, just between my regular job. But she's like, yeah, I can definitely help you out, Dr. Shirley.
Wonderful.
Earl kind of grumbles and goes, I can get you a big discount.
I could also put it down on your court papers that it's community service to get you out of the 2,000 community services hours you owe the state of Florida.
Yeah, but how do I explain where all these guns go? They gotta go somewhere.
Sweetie, isn't this not America where you can purposely lie to the government because it's my right to own guns?
He seems like he's being a little resistant to that. He's kind of, I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me.
Earl, sweetie. Listen. If I legally buy all of the guns, there's something they can do, so I'll take your discount instead of taking them for free. How does that sound?
That's fine by me.
Wonderful.
Vivian is she's like, yeah, I'll do what I can. You said you got like underprivileged people or something living here?
Oh, yeah, underprivileged, people who need to help restart their lives. Some might even be a bit more homeless than I'm taking in to put them back into society.
She's like, I can work with that. You can see a politician's wheels are turning. She's like, I can work with that. And then everybody looks back at Kyle. And he's like, I'm not an interior decorator. I mean...
I pull up fabric swatch and put it in front of him.
It's like, I guess, yeah. I could deal with that, I guess. And I'm sorry if I'm going into real bad stereotypes. I just think these are really funny characters.
I kind of put it on him with the internalized homophobia.
It's like no, you're not a stereotype, but I will make you one.
He was the oddball I threw in there.
Yeah. Dr. Shirley just looks at me like, I have never seen someone who spent 2 sessions complaining that you ordered paint and it came in a dark purple and not a plum. For you not to know interior design, Kyle.
I thought I'd ordered mauve.
Okay, no straight person knows the difference between dark purple, plum, and a mauve. You know what? Kyle, just say yes.
Yes. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to think about specifics then for what you'd like to do with them. Also, we will be talking about who you are gathering at your growing compound. So
that compound makes it sound like so dirty.
Compound. Okay. I mean,
it's a community. It's a community.
Okay. Community. Okay. Okay, we'll call it the community then. Okay. Yeah.
Now on ABC.
I was going to call it fortress, but but not quite yet. Once she gets the guns, maybe it turns into a fortress. So.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah, then it will be a proper cult.
Oh, I think that's where she's headed. But
maybe.
All right. We are going to switch next over to Silas. And Silas has probably been busy the last 2 weeks. What has he possibly been up to, though?
Okay, there's something that I'm real torn about, because he definitely would have helped Stan get out of the city. But, like, me, the players, like, I feel like Silas definitely would have done this, but I'm like, is this going too far? I don't know. But I think Silas would have offed Maya So Magnus couldn't use her to find Stan.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to keep this as a little dark secret
Okay.
that Silas has. Okay.
And so he basically got rid of Maya, which he kind of felt bad about because she was kind of an unwilling pawn in the whole situation, but it was like, gotta help Stan, and Stan's not willing to give up on you, so gotta go.
So he helped Stan leave.
Yes, he helped Stan vacate the city because Magnus was still here as far as Silas was aware.
Okay. And we'll assume this is something that no one else knows. So that's okay. All right. Okay. So that.
And other than that, he probably would have been fortifying his home, and also sort of like really ingratiating himself with Cassandra, since she is the Baron he is closest to and does the most work for, and is also like his home is in her barony, so it like does well to be on her good side.
His sire, is it his father? Or his
no,
uncle?
his sire is one of his father's friends.
Okay. I couldn't quite remember.
Yes.
And I think we had talked about that might be somebody else he might be reaching out to. Possibly?
Yes, he was. Yes, if like shit was getting really, really bad, then he was thinking of reaching out to Amelie. But
okay.
But since they kind of have a semi-strained relationship, he's like, I really don't want to play that card unless I feel like I have no other choice.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, he's actually tonight. He's actually on his way to meet with Baron Underwood. So he's pulled into the Wells Fargo building and gone up to the parking garage because he knows there is a elevator that he can take that goes straight to Consolidex. The usual guards are there. And he notices a couple more security guards are working tonight. They're patrolling the parking garage. He even saw a couple out on the street. Tampa is in, again, kind of a flux with the shootings. There's starting to be some protests about the shootings. Citizens don't feel safe, so she's definitely upped the security at her place. He makes his way up to Consolidex, comes in the front door. The usual energy drink girl is working the front desk. She just kind of gives you a nod as you make your way to the Baron's office.
I return her nod.
Okay. And you knock on the door. Cassandra asks you in. She's like, Silas, thanks for coming.
A pleasure, Baron Underwood. How have you been these past nights?
It's not been good. I thought things were going to start getting slightly better, and then some mortal dickheads start messing things up. I gotta wonder if somebody's pushing things.
It's always a possibility with us. We're a very ambitious sort.
So how is Stan?
He's alright. I'm sure he's been better, but he's alright.
And things with him and Maya have been sorted?
They've been dealt with, yes.
Is there anything I need to be aware of?
Nothing important.
She kind of takes a closer look at you. Could you make me a... it's my first roll of the night. Okay.
Yay!
Let's see. What are you better at, performance or subterfuge? I think it looks like subterfuge you're better with.
Subterfuge? Yeah, he has nothing in performance.
Okay. Give me a subterfuge and composure roll.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was coming.
You got 4 on that, so.
Yeah, not the best, but not the worst.
Right.
One. Though, well, I don't know what that was, but
oh, okay.
Didn't mean to do that, but okay.
That's okay. Didn't rouse the blood anyway, so. She's pauses, and let me check something here. She waits a second. She's, I'll take your word for it.
He won't say anything, but he'll just nod.
Okay. She's like, I did receive some good news. The hunter that had been plaguing us apparently has left Tampa. Well,
that is fortunate.
At least her vehicle has. It was spotted on I-75 north in Georgia. So apparently she's left town.
At least that means she should be out of our hair.
She should be. We can. I think she might be the least of our troubles at the moment. So now I have to turn my attention elsewhere. Deshawn is hungry, but Jesus has grown quiet. The quiet one is the one I trust less.
I honestly don't know which one to be more concerned about in that particular instance. The ambitious one or the quiet one.
Montenegro has ties to the Camarilla, despite what he says of claiming to be an anarch. The Tremere never truly give up the Camarilla. Now, whether he would back me against Deshawn remains to be seen. In either case, if Deshawn goes after Montenegro and East Tampa, they're going to end up fighting in my territory. So either way, I get dragged into it. So I guess I'm looking to you, perhaps for some advice on what would you, if you were in my shoes, if it was your barony, would you attempt to forge an alliance with Montenegro, who, while we have a momentary truce, I'm not sure I can entirely trust him. Deshawn, I know I can't trust. Deshawn is going to attack at some point. I'm just not sure if I have the firepower at the moment to strike first at Deshawn. So if you were in my shoes, and she just kind of leans back, what would you possibly do?
Well, if you know that Deshawn is going to attack regardless, I think it would be wise to at least attempt an alliance with Jesus, because worst case scenario, he says no, Deshawn ends up attacking him, and he comes crawling back to lick your boots and beg for an alliance. And while I never trust a blood mage, they do sure help even the odds when you need them.
Certainly. I worry about his ties to his clan and possibly to the Camarilla. I get there has been whispers, shall we say, that perhaps some of the forces that were engaged in looking for Stan may have ties to the Camarilla.
Interesting.
I don't want to sell our city back to them, because we'll all be hung as traitors no matter what they claim. The Camarilla doesn't forget that we kicked them out of here.
I would still take the chance. Deshaun's up to something. And quite frankly, I'm more worried about whatever that is than Jesus's possible ties.
I concur. I think that's a wise choice. And I would like to enlist you in my efforts if you would be so kind to join me. But before you decide, let me tell you what I can offer you. If we can remove Deshaun, West Tampa is yours. And I would back you as Baron of West Tampa. But it must be cleaned out first, thoroughly. So again, getting into this mess is you're not quite fully engaged, shall we say, but if you were to join me and potentially Baron Montenegro in this, I would back your vote as Baron.
I'd say he'd probably stand there rather stoically for maybe a good 20 seconds or so. Mm-hmm. And just say, what do you need of me?
What other resources do you have access to that could assist us?
I have a few connections here and there with underground dealings.
My next question. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. And he begrudgingly rolls his eyes. Someone in East Tampa who may or may not be willing to assist and put out some feelers for something you may be looking for, but I don't know if she would be inclined to assist. And I do have a bit of an ace that I'm saving for a dire strait.
We all have them. My next question be, what are your weaknesses that can be used against you? And I don't mean for you to tell them to me, but think about that. That you know our kind. We will go after whatever weaknesses we can find to try to twist and manipulate things to go the way we want, or perhaps just to punish and hurt us. Consider
I'm very
those
aware
as
of
well.
what my weaknesses are.
Are you willing to put them at risk?
I would rather not, but I will take whatever precautions to minimize the damage as possible.
All right. I'm going to let you think about that. And I think tomorrow night we need to have a talk with Baron Montenegro.
Agreed.
Anything else he wants to do or ask the Baron while he's got her attention?
Be honest with me, Baron Underwood.
Mm-hmm.
What do you rate our chances?
With Montenegro's help, very good. Without him, while I don't have the numbers and the firepower, I don't even know really what Deshawn has. He just seems to have an army of unruly bastards. And he could bring in God knows what, and he could easily roll over me.
All right.
That's why I'm asking you to take a chance on me. Because you've proven trustworthy in the past. And it's hard to trust among our kind, but you have proven yourself valuable. So again, that's why I ask you before you get into bed with me on this, that you understand what I'm asking. And asking what you might potentially be willing to sacrifice.
I appreciate you at least not asking me this on a whim.
No, it's been a thought for a while. I know I need allies. Are there rats in the walls? Okay. Then she's probably going to, she might just turn the talk to logistics of various things, but basically kind of wants his formal agreement. So she's kind of giving him a little bit of time and the player to think about some things. And,
Gotcha.
And kind of plan what you want to do. So, okay. Anything else you want to do before I switch it over?
Not that I can think of offhand.
Okay. Then we are going to switch over to Layla.
Mm-hmm.
And Layla, you've had some interesting nights for the last 2 weeks. You've made some new friends.
Okay.
Perhaps some friends that nobody else knows about.
Right.
She's been hanging out with Baron Deshawn Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
who she's found out is in this little tiny exclusive club called the Sabbath,
Right.
who are bloodthirsty maniacs who are looking to burn through Tampa and drive out all other kindred. They found out that she enjoys going to their swell cool parties and has drank some of the proverbial Kool-Aid.
Right.
And is ready to hang out with them and get dirty. So before we get into what she's up to on this particular night, is there anything she's been up to in the last 2 weeks?
She's probably been trying to get Doyle to come back to himself because he was pretty beat up the last time we played.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not really coming around. He's kind of shell shock, is like the old term is.
Right.
I think they need a new guitarist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the drummer, we don't know where the hell Donnie went.
We don't know where Donnie is. Hashtag where's Donnie?
Right.
So maybe Donnie will show up sometime soon. Okay. Yeah. In the meantime, she has been given actually her own pack. That is what the Sabbath call a coterie.
Interesting.
And she has been put in charge of a pack of newbies. They're generally called shovel heads. And what they are is they're people who are forcibly embraced. They are embraced and then buried. And the lucky ones are the ones who can dig themselves out without losing their mind and being having to be put down. These lucky shovelheads were picked up at the parade. They were nabbed almost randomly. They don't seem to have been overly selective. The Sabbat tends to force embrace to just create waves of shock troops. They try to overwhelm their opponents with numbers. Basically disposable vampires they can throw at the Anarchs and the Camarilla, while the elders work behind the scenes to clean things up. So Deshawn really was kind of impressed with Layla's demeanor so far.
Well, she did kill one of her bandmates.
Yeah. So from those souls that had been selected at the parade, she's kind of given her own starter pack.
Okay.
So she now, as we come into view, Layla's sitting in an SUV parked across the street from the Wells Fargo building.
Okay.
She did not spy Silas driving by, but she is sitting in the front seat of a gray SUV. Across from her is the driver, a woman named Martina. She's kind of a wiry woman, very, very thin, seems kind of jumpy. I mean, she's a little haggard and wide-eyed, but seems eager to serve. She's been kind of down with the, hey, you give me the magic juice. We bite people. We cause trouble. She's kind of down with that. In the back seat, there's two men. Right behind her is a guy named Gary. Gary's middle-aged. He might have even been an accountant before he was embraced. He really doesn't seem to fit in with the kind of the rock and punk look of everybody in the car. He's probably in a polo shirt,
it's fine,
slacks, his glasses, one of them is one lens is a little cracked. He hasn't realized he doesn't need glasses anymore, but he seems to keep them on as more of an affectation. And next to him is a young guy named Ruben. Ruben's maybe about 21. He was a bodybuilder. One of those guys who loves to wear like tank tops and likes to show off the guns.
Right.
But he's also very eager. He's maybe he was on the juice before there was the juice, and he's really kind of ready to go and ready to do what's told of him and his pack. What Deshawn has asked is that he would like your pack to check out the parking garage entrance that leads into Consolidex. They know that that's where Cassandra's office is. They know there's probably going to be security guards, but they're told not to engage any of them just yet. Just report back on how you can get into the building. Now, I believe, if I remember right, she did go there once.
I don't remember.
I think her and Silas may have gone there once to meet with Baron Underwood.
That sounds correct.
Yeah? Okay.
So she knows that you would go into the parking garage. There's a certain elevator you would use to gain access to Consolidex. And he's asked, if you do see Stan around, bring him back. We wanna meet Stan. We're big fans of Stan. And we want him brought back to West Tampa. So we are gonna go now to the car.
Okay.
And begin the conversation with the kids.
with the kids. She's probably not much older than some of these kids.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
So Martina's just tapping her fingers on the driving wheel, and she's just kind of looking around. She's kind of looking out, and she's like, "So when do you want to do this?"
Let's give it a couple minutes. Wait, calm down.
I mean, if she wasn't dead, you would think she was a crackhead. I mean, right. She's just kind of looking at her watch.
Just breathe. Well, relax. Okay.
Okay.
It'll be easy. I know where we're going.
I don't want to fuck this up. I mean, because Deshaun don't seem like he's real forgiving with
He's not. People who You're right. Up. Yeah, but yeah, trust me, I know. So we're gonna give it a few minutes. Okay. We've parked in like a darkened area, kind of, and I know where to go. I don't know exactly what we're supposed to do when we go there, but I know where to go.
Gary clears his voice. He says, "Well, from what I remember, we are supposed to find there is a way into this." And he kind of flips up and he has a little notepad there.
Oh, that's great.
to Consolidex. Apparently, there's someone who works there that's of importance to us.
Don't remember. You guys have to understand, I've been shot in the head before. Memories are not there.
Well, and he kind of wants to say something but
say it. Just say it.
Well, you're kind of like the big sister, I guess, and
I guess
you kind of know this stuff more than us.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't mean to speak out of turn.
Go ahead, talk.
Well, I think you need to make a decision, and we just need to do something because it seems like we're just kind of burning nighttime here.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right. So are we at the? I didn't know where we were at. So we're in front of Consolidex. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
The building has front doors and and all that. It's a giant office building, but the way you've gone in before was you kind of pulled down the road a little bit, and then there was an entrance to a parking garage. You went in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're going into the parking garage, right?
And Martina goes, "Oh, okay. So we're driving in. So are we walking in? What are we doing here?" Now I want to have Layla take a look around.
Okay.
I'm just going to advise this before she makes a decision.
Okay.
I would like to have you make a wits and investigation roll.
Okay, wits and investigation.
So you're going to click on investigation.
Let me find that one. Where the heck is investigation?
It is towards the right. It is under skills.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. I'm clicking on that one.
Yep. And then choose wits.
Wits. Okay. Let's see what we get. I don't know what that means.
One success.
Okay.
Well, you saw a security guard down on the street.
Okay.
Kind of walking by the entrance.
Does he look armed and all that, or just
couldn't tell?
Casual? Don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's probably about 9:30 now, so typically not a lot of people coming into the parking garage at that hour.
Okay. All right. Who's hungry?
Martina's like, yeah, I can eat.
Okay. I'm gonna distract the security guard, and you can jump him.
Okay. She's ready to go. Gary's thought we weren't supposed to do that kind of stuff in public, and not questioning your
do you see anyone else around here? No one's gonna notice unless there's cameras.
He's like, very well. Takes off his glasses and kind of cleans them on his shirt, and you still got a freaking crack on it.
Oh.
puts them back on. Ruben hasn't really said a whole lot. He maybe like cracked his neck, kind of an affectation from when he was alive. And he's like, "Do you want me to go with you?"
Sure.
He's like, "I could just like take his neck and just go, just snap it if you want." Martina's like, "Ah, God damn it, I'm hungry. Don't kill him."
Yeah, let her knock him out.
And she just flips off Ruben. She's like, "All right, let's go."
All right. Getting out of the car.
Are you going to attempt to be stealthy moving down the street?
Oh, absolutely.
Or you're going to attempt to blend in?
Is there a difference?
Yeah. To me, streetwise or performance is kind of like, hey, I belong here.
Oh, okay.
Stealth would be, I'm trying to stick to the shadows and stay away from everyone. She tends to do better with performance. I'll throw you a hint.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, we're going to do performance and what? Just performance?
And composure. Because you want to look like you're not up to something. You're just two people walking down the street.
Yeah, okay.
Not bad. Okay. So, you guys get out of the car. The guard is probably about 20 yards from you. He's kind of stopped to, you see he's kind of looking at his phone. His back is to you guys. There is a street light over where you are. And glancing up, you do see there is a camera on there.
Crap. Okay.
The modern city, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere. Okay. What's around me at the moment?
There is a small row of a hedge bush, right, that has like some flowers in there. Really just a sidewalk. There's cars up and down the street. So you would be able to preferably jump out from behind a car. You could jump out from the bushes. You could scream bloody murder and see if perhaps he can be lured somewhere. There are some options for using the environment.
Okay, so all right, Martina, let me do this and then you can feed, okay?
Just like, okay.
I'm gonna scream. Just be aware. All right. And I let out this like blood-curdling scream like something horrible happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do performance and charisma.
Oh.
See if she can really sell it. You got 7 dice for this. So.
Oh my god. And charisma.
You should be able to sell this one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see
it's
perfect.
There we go.
Oh my.
Still only 2.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it's more of a half-assed shriek than a proper screaming bloody murder.
Okay, I'll make something up.
But he does look up from his phone, and he's kind of looking around. He kind of starts pacing back.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you're about 3 car lengths back from him.
Okay.
Hiding behind like a small SUV or something. And he's like, "Hey, is somebody hurt over here or something going on?"
Did you see that thing?
He's like, "Well, who?" He keeps coming forward. He's like, "Who's talking? Who's over there?"
Over here.
And he kind of starts reaching towards his belt. He doesn't have a gun, but he does have probably a taser there.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey."
It was like this huge, I don't know if it was a wolf or what it was. It came at us and I just screamed and do you see it? I think it went that way.
Was it a white wolf? I heard there's one running around Tampa. No.
What?
Just kidding. And somebody has one at their house now.
Oh my god.
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
No, he keeps coming forward. Now Martina is like crouched down. I mean, she almost looks like freaking Gollum now. I mean,
right. And I'm like,
and he keeps getting closer. She's like, when?
I'll tell you. Just wait.
When?
Just wait.
and he's like, I don't know who's here.
It went that way. You could see like the tracks.
And he's now up to your car, and he kind of looks down between the cars, and he's looking right at you, and he's kind of glancing at Martina. He's like, "What the?"
I'm like, go.
Okay, and she's gonna just leap.
Yeah. Don't kill him.
I don't have her character sheet ready, but
Oh.
I am gonna.
Okay.
I don't have it in.
Okay. Yeah.
Foundry.
That meant. Okay.
So yeah. So I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way, and
Sure.
we're gonna roll for her. Okay. Wait. Hold on. She's okay. Oh, nice. Okay. She leaps up and grabs him by the shirt and just like pulls him down into the car, between the cars.
Okay.
And she's just chomp on his neck, and she's
don't kill him. Just leave him there.
And you're pretty sure she's probably either Gangrel or Malkavian, but she is just going to town, and there is just like bits of flesh in her teeth. And
all right, I'm gonna get closer to him and be like, all right, stop.
And she just goes, she's like,
calm yourself. You can do it.
I'm gonna see if she can calm down here. She's like a baby; she can't get herself back to sleep. So, yeah, she's fighting it. She's like, he's mine. You can't have him.
I don't want him. I want you to stop.
She shoves you.
Do as I tell you.
Okay, you're gonna try to make a roll of sorts. You can use your dominate, or you have your presence.
Okay, presence is good.
Okay, I believe that is, and let's get the book out.
Yeah, where is that on the character sheet?
I want to see exactly what you can do there with that.
Yeah. I don't even see it on here, but I might be.
Yeah. You have dominate and presence. I would think presence is going to be better for what you potentially want to do.
I don't see it on the sheet.
Yeah, I know you have it, so don't worry about it. You have it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it. I know you got it.
Yeah. I know you have it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yes, I was gonna say, even if you don't, I would say I'm pretty sure you have dots in presence, but even if you didn't, it's a clan discipline for Toreador, so you have access to it.
But
that's where it's coming from. All right.
Yeah, you have it. I'm just looking for what this level 1 is. It is
level 1
is R Daunt.
I would say the R or Daunt, depending on whether she's trying to be like charming or scary.
Scary.
then that would be Daunt.
I think she's. Yeah. Well, do you have to pick one, or do you get both of them? That's the part I never remember.
You only get one. You get one per dot in your ability.
Yeah. She would be more awe, because that works off. I think. Well, that's manipulation.
That's persuasion, and performance is awe, and then intimidation is daunt.
Yeah, she would be more awe, because she wants people to be like amazed by her.
Okay.
But
just be like, hey, just stop it. That's a good argument. All right, I will stop.
So we're gonna have you roll your manipulation and presence.
Okay.
So
So
what you can do is, I believe you can click on presence.
Well, the way.
Wait.
Well, the way what is she trying to do?
Get the vampire to stop shredding this man.
Okay, so you're like trying to be like, hey, bitch, fucking stop it, or I'll cut you, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then that would. I'm sorry, I'm stepping on the ST's toes here, but
no, don't worry. I need the help on this.
Okay. So that'd be like a.
Add the presence right into any
like
skill roll involving persuasion or performance.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be like a manipulation, intimidation roll, and then if you had daunt, then you could add your presence. Then you could add your presence to that roll. Yeah. That's how like awe and daunt work.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna roll it for you, Jen.
Yeah, good.
So I'm gonna say your performance. We're gonna add manipulation. and I'm going to add 1 for that die for presence. So, and 2 successes. That seems to be your thing for the
That's
night.
all I'm getting.
That was so close to getting a couple criticals.
Yeah,
but no.
exactly.
Yeah.
She does kind of back off a little bit. She's kind of like, all right, yeah, I'm supposed to respect. She kind of has this look like, okay, I'm supposed to respect this bitch. But yeah, this guy's bleeding out. I mean, he's going to die. But she just kind of has him on the ground, like the way, kind of like a dog holds down, like you give it a stuffed animal or something, like after it's torn it all up.
Yeah.
It kind of keeps one paw on it and kind of look. That's the way she's kind of looking at you like, he's mine, but I'll listen to you. All right. So okay. So you've removed one of the guards from near the entrance.
Not in a way I expected, but okay.
These kids today,
no discipline at all. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we've gotten rid of the guard. We could probably knock on the door and make up a story.
Well, okay. So
I don't know. Is this place open?
Well, hold on. Are you going to go back and get your car and drive in like you originally talked to, or are you going to walk up there?
We could probably move the car closer.
Okay. Yeah, because what you would need to do is now walk back to the car where Gary and Ruben wait.
Right.
And then drive in.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Into the parking structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the guard? You just going to leave him between the cars for now?
I don't know. Drag him into the bushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is definitely going to be difficult. You can let Martina try it.
Yeah, she seems to have enough rage right now to do it.
Or you can do it yourself. Who do you trust more?
Me. After seeing that performance, man, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna drag him into the bushes.
Okay. To me, that sounds like it would probably maybe like strength and stealth.
Okay.
Because you're lifting a body, but then you're trying to be casual about it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna click on your stealth.
Stealth. Where is stealth? I can never find these things on here.
It's over on the left-hand side.
There it is. Okay, there's stealth,
and then your strength.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see how this goes.
Oof. Well, you lifted him up.
I'm just gonna drag him in.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You quick drag him over, throw him in there.
Yeah, like make sure he's kind of covered by shrubbery.
And,
I guess.
And we'll find out if anyone notices later on camera. So.
Well, I'm gonna have somebody I'm gonna have the bodybuilder guy throw a rock at the camera, so maybe that'll screw things up. You
can try that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You want to have Ruben?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Ruben. You ever play baseball?
Of course.
Okay.
Look at me.
I know. So.
Do you think I just lift weights all day?
No, I don't think so. But
okay, neither do I. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, I need you to find a rock and throw it at that camera.
A fucking rock here. He's like, Jesus.
You got a baseball? Try that.
He's
I don't know.
No, I don't carry a baseball with me. And he
don't fight with me. This is not supposed to be this hard.
He's looking around in the back seat, and he finds like a Red Bull that hasn't been opened yet, and he's like, "This will work."
Okay.
Right. So, all right. So let me look up Ruben here.
I've become a menace.
I guess that's gonna be Dex and Athletics, I would think.
Probably.
To throw something, because I don't think it would be melee.
No.
So I'm gonna go with Dex and Athletics, and he's pretty decent in that. So we're gonna go. All right. Not bad. Yeah, he wings this can of Red Bull. It hits the camera with a thud, and it kind of shifts a little bit. The red light that was there was a tiny red light. You don't see the red light anymore. Now, whether or not it
caught anything else. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's going to have filmed everything before that, including the guy throwing a camera.
Yeah.
But he could be an angry protester who's saying "fuck the man" and goes around throwing cans of Red Bull at cameras. Who knows? You know, anything's possible. But yeah, it looks like he's at least knocked the camera, off its thing. So he's like,
good job.
Just cracks his neck, and he's like, yeah, I do a good job. So okay, so everybody climbs back in the SUV. Martina's like, and this is the odd thing. She's actually a fairly competent driver. She kind of looks out, checks her mirrors as bad, because she's not tweaking as bad as she was, but she's kind of just kind of wiping her mouth.
She just needed something.
Kind of looking, quietly pulls into the parking garage. You go up about a couple levels, and then as you're pulling up, you see a car you recognize. What kind of car did Silas drive, by the way?
Oh, God.
I don't know if we remember.
I just realized I was muted there.
Well, you're leaving. You're getting ready to leave.
Yeah. It's like a fucking Prius or something like that. I don't know.
You see a fucking Prius or something.
Okay.
And you recognize that this is Silas's car. He is not there.
Okay.
But you see his car.
Okay. So I look around a little bit, see if he's coming up or not.
He has not come out. You do see there's usually about 2 guards here. There are the same number of guards by the elevator, but what Martina is doing is she kind of came up, kind of drove past the entrance, and is kind of pulling down a lane, and then it kind of doubles back.
Okay.
So that basically anybody who's parked on this floor can get to that elevator. You do pass another guard. He's on a bike.
On a bike and a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he has to walk the whole, all
right,
parking garage. But yeah, there is a third one. So you have technically done what was asked of you, that you have seen where the entrance is.
Yes.
You have not gained entrance to it.
No.
You were not asked to gain entrance. You were not asked to engage any guards.
Well.
But the thing you have noticed is that Silas has been here.
Yeah. Interesting. I know that vehicle.
Martina's like, who is it?
A friend. Probably still a friend.
Oh, okay. Is he one of us?
Yeah.
Clever answer. she did not notice the difference. She's like, okay. It's like, all right. These guys are like cops. They kind of bother me. We're not supposed to do nothing with them, are we? We're not supposed to get out and like kill these guys, are we?
No.
Okay. Gary sighs, and he's like, yeah, I think killing security guards in a bright parking garage with cameras around would be incredibly stupid.
Yeah. Well, kind of did the incredibly stupid out there, so we'll see what happens.
I was hungry, she argued.
Yeah, I know.
Hungry, man. What do you want me to do?
Not that.
I learned it by watching you guys, okay?
Okay, fine. Okay, so if we were only supposed to find the entrance, we know where that is now. So we can report back if we leave. But I'm going to wait a minute and see if Silas appears.
I'm going to roll a random die. I wasn't planning on you guys meeting tonight, but just for shits and giggles, let's see. I'm going to roll a... Okay. Oops, wrong number. Okay. Yeah, you see him. You see the elevator doors open.
Okay, y'all stay here.
Oh boy!
All right. You're sitting. Okay, so did you guys park, or were you sort of
I
like
think
driving
we
past?
probably parked
You want to
somewhere.
park? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So from where you're at, you could see the elevators open, and Silas comes out.
Okay. I'm getting out of the car. You guys stay put.
Okay. All right. Silas.
Me.
You happen to be parked around the same place that, or near to the same place that they park, maybe perhaps across from it. Give me a wits and awareness.
Okay. Now let's see, awareness. Wits. 3 successes.
Hey, isn't that Layla? Well, I'll be damned.
Puts up your wallet and just like keeps walking.
Yeah, just pulls out the extravagant fan that he would never own, and then just like holds it up to his face and keeps going.
No.
It depends. If you guys don't want to see each other, I mean, you can do the whole "I don't see you, you're not there" kind of thing.
He would stop. He would like stop in his tracks, like maybe like a couple feet away from his car, and then sort of just stare.
I'm gonna walk up to him. Fancy meeting you here. Oh, everywhere. Yeah, new coterie, breaking them in. They're a little off, but they'll be okay, I think. Yeah, just here doing something.
What the hell happened, Layla?
Well, you want the short version or the longer one that's more real?
Spill it.
Okay, so that fight y'all were gonna have, where I left, right? I hadn't seen Doyle in a while. He was in the van. Liam, you know him as Amadeus, drove us to, blanking on the name, hold on.
The Inferno?
Yeah. I think that's where we were. I'm not sure. And yeah, so it's what was it? Deshaun Taylor, that one. Yeah. And he had Doyle, who looked like he'd been messed up, like really bad. I don't know what happened to him. He's still not right. And Deshaun asked me if I had any information for him, which I sort of did, and then he told me to kill Amadeus, which I did. He can't be trusted. Yeah.
Points for honesty.
Yeah. So, I think I joined the Savad accidentally. Maybe? I don't know. Things are weird.
Really? Weird. That's the word you would use for it.
Well, I don't know how else to explain it. I didn't even know what was happening until it happened.
Why did you leave?
Because Doyle's my sire, and I needed him.
You're better off without him. And Silas is just going to get in his car.
Fine. Okay. I'll go back into the vehicle with the rest of them.
Martina's like, yeah, what were you guys talking about?
Old times, I guess.
Old times? Maybe new times?
I don't know. I don't know. We got what we needed. We know where the entryway is, so
okay.
We should just go back now.
Martina pulls out. And Silas, you can now get a glance at the other folks that are in the car with her. The crackhead driving, the conservative-looking guy in the back seat and the bodybuilder, they all kind of look at you as they kind of back up and start to pull away.
Yeah. After they drive away, Silas will sort of like take out his little like notebook and then just like briefly write down like general descriptions of what all of them looked like. And take a, even though he doesn't need to because he doesn't need to breathe, but he's gonna take a sort of like deep and like maybe a slightly pained sigh before he starts up his car and drives away.
Okay. And I think that's actually a pretty good place to wrap up for the night.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So we will see if honesty is the best policy with vampires.
Listen, I'm going to be very sad if Shirley and Layla is not grabbing coffee at some point. We're like, oh yeah, you're killing people? I'm making an army. Like, how's your Tuesday going?
Like, how's it going, bitch? Living our best lives.
No, probably not even getting coffee. Layla's probably just laying there one day, and Shirley's like, hi, so I hope you don't mind that I'm in your head at the moment. How's everything going?
What?
So tell me, spill all the tea. I want all the tea.
I could technically read your mind right now, but I feel like that isn't going against your levels of consent that I would need to do so.
What do you want?
My telepathy and astral projection is gonna be fun when I get to use it.
Yep.
Alrighty. I think that was a hell of a lot of fun for the first episode.
Oh
how do you guys feel?
So much tension.
I would say a lot of tension, a lot of groundwork being laid.
Yeah.
That's why I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of, not homework, but things to think about for next week. And start to work on. So, okay. Then why don't we go ahead? Anybody have anything they want to plug? I'll start with Jen. We usually know what you have an interest in.
Yes.
Shattered Soulstone.
Shattered Soulstone, yes. It's a podcast. It comes out mostly every week, although we haven't been able to do one lately because there's been a hell of a lot of construction work outside and we both got sick. So
shout out to construction work.
Yeah, oh my god. Terrible. Yeah, so you can find new episodes at shatteredsoulstone.com, and I promise I'll put one up on Saturday.
Sounds good. Whispers, what's going on?
Hi. The one time I'm expecting to have late jokes being last, I'm not last.
I can't win.
My entire thing. Okay.
Apparently, Tom's just ruining your day.
I'm ruining my whole bit on this channel being last. I
just
see
an awful person.
Anyways, hi, I'm Whispers. I run the Dissonance Complex. This Saturday, we're having a new show being released in the 5e system of what happens when you take a bunch of teenagers who can explore multiple different alien worlds, and we follow the group of fuck-ups as they come through a coming-of-age story.
Awesome. That sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. Any particular channel we should be looking for that on?
Well, the Dissonance Complex, where we do crazy stuff.
Just want to make sure we got that. Awesome.
Just a whole lot of crazy stuff.
I mean, look at Dr. Shirley and tell me I'm safe.
It tells you everything you need to know right there.
Aloysius, you have anything going on? You want to?
I mean, nothing exciting in that realm of things.
A
lot of exciting, like, personal stuff going on, but
Okay.
No shout outs or anything at the moment.
Okay. No new games or comics we should be reading, or
no. Oh shit! I did. Okay.
That's why I have to
I lied. I do have
pull it out of you.
I'm sorry. I did have something to shout out. I will say, my best friend, who's also named Tom, he just his podcast Conspiracy Club just came off of a hiatus. I don't even remember how long they've been on a hiatus, but it's been a minute now. They just came off hiatus. They have a couple new episodes out. Go check out Conspiracy Club on Spotify.
Okay, sounds good. And back to me. Well, thanks again for everybody watching. The next episode will be next Thursday. And upcoming this weekend is the first episode of our Mothership game, Original Sin. You'll see Jen on that game.
Yes, I'm playing an android.
And that will be at 2 p.m. Eastern here on Restless Barbarian Games. So again, thanks everybody who's watched. Hope you enjoyed. And we will see you again next week. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye.